Were you? Because you know, some people as kids, you know, they look at the law or people that's a part of the law like fuck 12, fuck the police. Yeah. Were you one of those kids, even though your dad was a cop?
Yeah, I was. Dog, in middle school, like back when we was living in Virginia, I was pretty bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was on the other side of the law. You know what I mean? So, and I really didn't like the cops because I didn't understand. That's the thing, when you young, you don't understand that these people got a job to do. Everybody got a job to do. And, you know what I'm saying, what they're telling you is they're not telling you nothing that's not good for you. You know what I'm saying? Everything that they trying to do for you is a good thing. So I didn't like them because, like, I was young. We lived on post. On post, like, when you ride your bike, you got to wear a helmet. So wearing helmets don't look cool, you know what I'm saying? That's messing up the vibes, you feel me? So I never used to wear my helmet. So I would get chased all the time by the police. You know what I'm saying? So
you used to, like, take them niggas on chases on your bike?
Yeah. Yeah.
How far did you get?
Listen,
was them niggas on foot or was they in the car?
I got back to the crib.
They was in the car?
They was in the car. That's the thing. When you're on a bike, you could cut through the houses.
Oh,
you could,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Hey, I ain't never get caught. Never.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And I didn't understand, like, yo, they really chasing me over a little helmet, but they doing their job. You know what I'm saying? But
they had to chase you, though.
They didn't have to chase me, but, you know, they tried.
That shit crazy. That's a lot, bro. You could hit
it. It's a lot.
That's a lot, B.
That's a lot. That's a lot, man. You got a lot of officers that go above and beyond for petty stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they do it for clout.
Yeah, but I ain't never get caught.
Yeah. So you was like, fuck the law back then. Like, what in your mind translated to say, okay, because that's a big step to go from like fuck the police to I am the police.
That's
now.
the thing. It's man, listen. It's all about understanding. Back then, like I said, I'm getting chased for doing crazy stuff like that. I'm in the streets doing a lot of wrong stuff, hanging with the wrong people, I'm gang affiliated, you know what I'm saying? And so like, of course that's my mentality is nah, cops, we ain't messing with that. Yeah. You know? But at the same time, and that's the thing, man, that's the thing that's with me, is like, you don't never know you're a kid, so you don't understand what's going on. But until you have somebody explain it to you, you know what I'm saying? So that's the thing with me now, is like, I'm a cop, the kids like rock with me, so they see a cool cop coming through. So at first they might be like F12 or whatever. Yeah. But until they get to understand, they see the cop, and I get to sit down and explain to them, like, you know what I'm saying, when I do this, I'm just doing my job. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm trying to get them at a young age to understand, like, the cops it's not a bad thing. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? We just doing our job. So, and that's kind of the understanding I had to take, because when we moved down here, like I said, my pops started working for Richland County, for the sheriff department. So once I seen what he was doing, I kind of got an understanding of the law and why officers do what they do in certain situations. It was like, oh, I've been ignorant to it my whole life. Like, I'm the one that was messing up. They was trying to help me out. Put a helmet on. Because if I fall off and hit my head, then, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to be the one that's messed up. So
perspective.
That's all it's about.
Your perspective changed.
Exactly.
Yeah. You grew up.
That's it.
Man, some niggas don't never grow up. Some niggas grow like fuck 12 to this day.
Man, what?
50.
That's the thing, man. It's a lot of people that they mentality never change. And it's sad, really, because, like, I used to work in the jail, and I'm seeing dudes that's like, you know what I'm saying, like 50, with the same mentality that I had when I was 12. You know what I'm saying?
That shit's sad, though.
Like, they was literally like, and it's a lot of different stuff. Like, when I had got married when I was 21. I'm telling people that I'm married. It was like, oh, you want to be with one chick, blah, blah, blah. Like, this dude that's 50, that's supposed to be telling you, like, that's a good thing. Like, you know what I'm saying, that you're trying to be with one person or have a family or whatever, but they telling me like, nah, you supposed to be with all these chicks. You know what I'm saying? Don't stick with just one.
But them niggas can't see past their situation.
That's it.
They in prison.
That's it.
Or they in jail. Like, they not even thinking about what they're gonna do in the future, because they barely even in a situation that's feasible for them to live in now.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you were working in the prison, like, how was that, bro? Because I remember you were telling me, like, dudes that I knew from the streets was in there and they was calling you sir. Like, how was that? Was that an adjustment?
Listen,
to get used to, bro, because you know we're not too far in age.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you older than me. You an old nigga, man. But you know what I'm saying. We're not too far for the age. So, but nah, like how was that though?
Nah, that it's crazy because like I started working in the jail when I was 21. So it's like, and I'm working in the jail, and the same people that I went to high school and I'm playing basketball with, they coming in and out of jail. So like for me, say if you was my boy and we was in high school together, we played ball, and a couple years later, I'm working in the jail, you get knocked and you in jail, and I gotta tell you, you gotta hit your buzzer to ask me, yo, like, geez, it alright if I come out my room? And I gotta be like, yo, is your bed made? You know what I'm saying?
How did that make you feel though?
If it feel crazy. Telling people that's your age, or telling people not only that's your age, but the same dudes I was just talking about that's 50, telling them like, nah, dog, you gotta go back to your room and make your bed up. Like, you can't be out here in the day room and your bed ain't made. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling people that's twice my age what to do at 21.
Did you feel bad? Like, your first couple of days, did you feel bad? Like, damn. Even though them niggas made decisions to get in those situations, did you kind of feel like, God damn, my nigga, I feel kind of bad.
I feel bad for, you know what I'm saying? I feel bad for people that's in jail that, you know what I'm saying, is really innocent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's people in there that did messed up stuff that belong to being, that are supposed to be in jail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying, you could get picked up for allegations. So, you know what I'm saying? I felt bad for them people. You know what I mean? You might be in jail fighting the case. You might not go to trial for 2-3 years. And then they come back and tell you, oh, you're not guilty. So I just sat in jail for 2 or 3 years for something I ain't do, having people tell me when to make my bed and when I could come out the room. I feel bad for them people.
Fighting over Debbie cakes and shit.
Exactly. Debbie cake. You know what I'm saying? Good soups, good setups.
Yeah. But you know, and I'm not trying to laugh at niggas in prison, but it's just the things that go on inside of it is kind of comical, but that's the world that they live in. Like a nigga fighting over a Debbie cake, like them shits is 50 cents
over simple stuff. Like, and what people don't realize is like, yo, you in prison fighting over something that costs 50 cents, costs $1. But if you ain't really make bad decisions to be in here, you could be out on the street living good. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, that's what I try to preach to kids. Like, yo, one bad decision, you could be in here fighting for Debbie cakes.
Nah, that's a fact, bro. Like, for me, you know, I was 16, right? And Freddie P had a party and shit.
Freddie P, yeah.
Shout out to Freddie P, man. But Freddie P had a party and shit. And prior to that, man, I had just been doing a bunch of shit with my friends. You know, shit that I wasn't supposed to be doing. Most of the niggas I was doing shit with is in prison right now. Or dead. You know, so we was just doing shit, throwing rocks at the pen, bro. Like just doing shit that could get us locked up, like dodging the police, like dodging situations where we can go to jail. And there's one time where I didn't do shit. You know, niggas beat up Fred's neighbor, and I ended up going to jail for that shit when I was 16, bro. And that shit woke me up. Like, that was my first and only time ever going to jail. It wasn't my first brush with the law, but it was my first and only time going to jail, bro. And that shit taught me, back to the point you said, where one decision can change your whole life, bro. And then, like, right then and there, I saw my future. Like, I remember I was watching the C Murder documentary on YouTube about him, like, fighting the trial for the murder charge before he went to prison and shit. And I was like, damn, bro, this could be my life, like life in prison. And ever since that day, bro, I was like, man, I'm like, if I get out of this situation, I'm never fucking with these niggas on that level again.
And you know what the crazy thing is about that whole thing you just said is you was doing stuff that could have got you locked up. And the crazy thing is you dodged all that. It's the one time you wasn't doing nothing that you got knocked.
It was karma, though.
You know what I mean? And that's the thing. You can't even be mad because it's like, yo, bro, I did 99 terrible things that I didn't get caught for. And then there's one thing I didn't even do. I got knocked for. So I can't even really be mad at it.
Right. Like, to this day, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I think this is, like, the first year that I don't feel bad for not, like, being in jail or being like, because for a while I felt bad because so many niggas I came up with it's like in prison or got felonies or dead. Like, it's crazy. Like, people see my Instagram and they see me and they'll think he was never into shit like that. But it's like, bro, if you knew me in 2009,
that's a
bro,
fact.
I was a different nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man, that's That's what people say to me.
Yeah,
I see my old coach all the time, man. Coach Gibson, what's going on? So that was my coach when I played B team. I didn't play B team. I played JV when I got to Ridgeview. And he like, yo, G, you a cop? You out of all people. Like, he always go back to this one thing. Like, you remember you told Coach so-and-so you wanted to kill him? And you the cops now? Like, and that's just how it is.
You told a nigga you wanted to kill him?
Listen, man, vibes.
But it's crazy to see niggas growth though, bro, because I feel like, you know, today, like, I go out and shit, like back home in Columbia, and I see niggas that I went to school with that was lame. Like, and when I say lame, I mean like they didn't get girls, like they was just, you know, who they was, bro. They was in the books and shit. Not saying that that's lame, but they're, you know, they were deemed lame to niggas back then. And like I see them now and they thugs. And I'm just like, damn, my nigga, like, it's so crazy how I was really with the shits. Yeah. And I'm not with the shits no more. I don't care about that shit. But the niggas who wasn't, they got something to prove, bro.
Listen, man, that's just how it is, man. And that's crazy. I'm glad I got all that out of my system when I was young. You know what I'm saying? Because you look crazy out here. I would look crazy right now being 30. You know what I'm saying? Trying to gangbang with dudes at 16.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's the stuff you're supposed to get out the way early. At this time, you're supposed to, you know what I'm saying, have a career. You know what I'm saying? Maybe start a family or something like that. But, yeah, that's... Dudes is living crazy.
That
like,
shit, wow.
Dog, really, when I was in jail, like, it was a dude from another school. He didn't go to Ridgeview. But when he was in high school, like, he was not like that. You know what I mean? But at the jail, when he went to prison, he was the biggest blood at the prison. And I'm just like, y'all ain't know this dude when he was in high school. Like, y'all scared of this dude? But, you know what I'm saying? I just kept it pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that ain't none of my business.
Right.
Yeah.
That shit weird, though, bro, how shit changes. Like, people change over time. Like, you can either evolve or you can digress. Like,
That's it.
That shit crazy, bro.
That's it.
Yeah, man. But that's dope that you got that shit out your system.
I had to get it. I got it out early.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, like, 6th through 9th grade.
Yeah.
Once I moved down here to Columbia, like, I was chilling for the most part.
Yeah.
For the most part.
You was thugging.
I don't want to say I was thugging, but it was like I was
You was finding yourself.
Yeah, like I was like, all right, you know where we lived at. You know what I'm saying? So back then, like, our neighborhood was considered like Crip, you know what I'm saying, folk, you know what I'm saying? And the blood stayed across the street. You know what I mean? And Hidden Pines, you know?
Yeah.
So every day, like, and you know, it's way more bloods than it was like Crip folk, all that. So, but they associate me with the neighborhood. So they looking at me like, oh, G live here, he Crip. Or he folk, you know what I'm saying? We just know he not blood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
he the ops.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I went through that. But like I said, I find a way to get along with everybody. Even going through that, like, I still became cool with a lot of them dudes. You know what I mean? But, yo, listen, when I first got to Ridgeview, Ridgeview was wild back in 04.
Static?
Ridgeview was wild. I'm talking about fights every day. Every day. Because this is when Westwood wasn't open. Blythewood wasn't open. So you got to think, we had like maybe like 3,000 kids at the school. Something crazy. Yeah. You know? So
from all sides of town.
Everywhere.
Blythewood.
Yeah, from everywhere. So fights every day. Once opening Blythewood probably was the best thing they could have did, because that like took half of the school away to another spot. So of course it wasn't as much static as it was back then, but I mean it was still a little bit. But the gang culture was crazy when I first moved down. Yeah.
Word. That's crazy, bro.